I'll start with you.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready, Lexi?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't you hate when you go jogging, you're jamming out to the Beatles, and then suddenly you run into a tree? We all have had that moment, and we all hate it extremely. However, this relates to the United States government, as they continuously try to prevent mass shootings from happening. However, no matter what they do and what efforts they take to prevent this from happening, it still happens, and they still fall victim not to a tree, but to these mass shootings. Which brings us to the question, what are the details of the recent Nevada middle school shooting? And we can answer this question by looking at my three major areas of analysis. One, that the details surrounding the shooting itself. Second, the details surrounding what the school has done for the students after the shooting. And third, the details surrounding what the government has done for students surrounding the shooting. So for my first point, look at the details surrounding the shooting itself. According to CNN, on October 21st of 2013, they report that there was a student in 7th grade that had brought a 9mm semi-automatic handgun to school and shot four people, one including himself, and then a teacher who died, and then 2 other students were wounded but are in stable condition. This article further explains that there is no known motive behind what had happened. However, the New York Daily News reports on November 9th of 2013 that the parents of the child that conducted this shooting, Jose and Liliana Reyes, have stated that their child is known for being bullied or teased for having a speech impediment. And so this shows that there was some motive resulting in what had happened. So the best thing that we can look at to the details surrounding this is what we could assume to be a bully moment where the student was willing to risk his life and the lives of others so that he could portray his anger out of being bullied. We can see that is one of the major details that we must understand surrounding the Nevada middle school shooting. However, we must also look at the details surrounding what the school has done themselves. According to the USA Today, the students went back to school 1 week after, on October 28th of 2013. And in this article explains that the school had brought back students with counselors, comfort dogs, and secret witnesses so that these students were allowed to have some sort of outlet so that they can show their grief and the anguish that they had endured a week before. We can also look at the Nevada Middle School website, as they report that since the school shooting, they have made these school safety zones in which it is an outlet for kids that are bullied or kids that are potentially violent to go to receive counseling, to receive the better effects that they need so that they can get more help. And this is a big impact and a major detail that we must look at, as we can see that these schools are trying to make efforts to do the right thing and to do everything that they need to do. And that's one of the major details that we must look at surrounding the school shooting. However, we must also look at what the government has done. According to The Guardian on October 28th of 2013, it explains that the United States has this issue with trying to prevent school shootings. And specifically, Jay Carney explains that there are multiple issues regarding these, and there's no certain way to prevent this from happening. However, he has proposed this idea where we train high school teachers and train middle school teachers to be prepared and allow them to carry weapons onto school. And this has received 87% public support. We can also look at further in this article where it explains that parents are worried because in districts such as this area in Nevada, there is only 1.8 police officers per 1,000 people. And that is not enough adequate law enforcement to help the people that are in trouble. As the report also explains that in the Nevada middle school shooting, while the responders acted 3 minutes after they received the call, there was not enough police officers there to help them better the situation and to help them prevent the student from shooting himself or the student from shooting others. And then we can also look at the Blaze article written on October 21st of 2013, as this explains that while we have this idea and proposed thing for the United States to propose to allow teachers to be armed, President Obama has stated that he is still trying to push for more gun control, so that he can allow them to, so that he can allow the people to not have to worry about these mass shootings. President Obama has shown much grief with this situation, as it is almost exactly 1 year after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, that which resulted in the death of more than 2 students. So because this has shown a detrimental effect to our nation and to our president, as he has children and is very grieved by this, he is continuously trying to make efforts to push for gun control. However, he has stated that despite the fact that the Senate has not been willing to pass a bill to further extend the national background check system, it does explain that he still continuously wants to push for more control, to have something put in place to prevent these mass shootings from happening. So when we look at the question, what are the details surrounding the Nevada middle school shooting, we can see that we must look at 1, the details of the shooting itself, 2, the details surrounding what the school has done to prevent this from happening in the future, and 3, we must look at the details that the government has taken to prevent this from happening. So we can see that we all fall victim to something, and the United States has just fallen victim to yet another mass shooting. So we must understand what they can do to prevent this from happening again, and how they can pick themselves back up from this. Thank you.
All right, so 6:23. What was your exact topic?
What are the details surrounding the Nevada middle school shooting?